Hey everyone, it's Kendra Rommel with the Rommel Report. I am so excited about this podcast. I'm sitting in Simply Stunning in La Jolla, California with what started out as a client and quickly became my friend. Also was featured on HGTV's Flip or Flop, Miss Darcy Kempton. Say hi, Darcy.
Hi, thanks Kendra for having me.
I'm excited to share with you all as the audience some exciting and amazing things like what to do when you're doing a flip and or redesigning your own home, how to make it appealing to quickly sell, all the way from design work to staging your home. So I'm excited for you to listen in on this podcast. I hope that you find it as valuable as I think it will be for each of you. So let's start kind of with the basics in terms of what brought you to design.
I think just my natural love for the arts and creativity, and I went to college for it, and I've always kind of been an entrepreneurial spirit. So, right out of college, just kind of decided I wanted to start my own company, and went to work for someone for a little bit, and then I moved to San Diego 10 years ago, started Simply Stunning Spaces, and here we are today. I love what I do. I love helping other people do it, and creating spaces is it's fun. It's fun to do it for homeowners, and then, doing it for investors as well. It's two kind of different ball games, but what I find from doing so many houses that a lot of times, what people want in today's market is there's a lot of similarities.
Right. You've created quite the space. You took a modest home, expanded it, and created the finishing touches. So let's talk about that. When a person walks in and they want to invest in a property and fix it up and flip it, or fix it up and hold it, whatever their investment strategy is, do you have design tips, whether new or experienced?
It always starts with the budget, right? And we got to work backwards from there. When opening up the concept, number one, you've got to get your space plan right. If you mess up on that, it doesn't matter what pretty things you put in there. It's just if it doesn't function and feel and flow, and in today, everybody wants big open spaces. So they want a great room with a kitchen with a big island that's open up to the living room and the dining room. And in Southern California, we want the doors to open up into the outside so that you basically give this perception of perceived larger footprint.
Right.
So that's number one. When it comes down to the finishes and everything, it just kind of depends on the level. If you're going into more of a luxury home or something that's just kind of a quick fixer-upper. If you're on a budget, we do a lot of luxury vinyl that it looks like wood, but it's very inexpensive to purchase and install. And I just tell people don't try to reinvent the wheel and go crazy with things that are maybe super trendy, but you definitely want to be on trend for what people are wanting. Around here, it's just the really light colored natural oak floors.
Right.
And then white cabinets, you kind of can't go wrong with that. And keeping your countertops really light. It's all kind of about light, bright, airy, open. That's gonna also make the space feel bigger.
Yeah.
And with our finishes, everything's kind of a brass or a black or, and silver's kind of timeless.
How much of this, I know budget is obviously the key driver, but also how much of it is geography and where you're buying and how that influences design? What do you think about that being a factor?
It's kind of like fashion, interior design, there's certain cities that people follow. So I feel like being in Southern California or New York, people are kind of following those trends and then they kind of trickle in. It's also, I don't do a ton of work outside of Southern California, so I don't know. But I know what works here, and it works very well consistently.
Do you feel that design could be a trap in losing significant margins in a flip?
I do. I've seen some horrible mistakes that it's just what were they thinking? I've seen where people will just paint the existing kitchen cabinets and then spend all this money on new appliances and countertops and backsplash. And it's basically burning money. It's throwing money away. If you walk into a house as a buyer to that home, you're going to open the cabinets and see that they're old cabinets. You can get prefab white shaker cabinets and put some really pretty nice hardware on it and make it look like a custom kitchen if you mix in some floating shelves and maybe a decorative hood. You can get that designer look for less. You don't have to spend a fortune all the time to just, you know, people want something different and original. Like they want to know that it, you know, it's got to feel
new,
and look
fresh.
right and it's
You're right.
new. Yeah.